Well, I thought I'd give you a quick update on what I've been plodding away with, getting ready for Little Ruddy. As you may have seen in the last video, making a bit of a change in the power plant. Um, Instead of going turbo AU motor, I came across this green top Barra at a reasonably cheap price. I've been busy doing a lot of other things, but in between, when I've had a spare few minutes here and there, I've been plodding away with this. Um, as you can see, got the sump all flattened off, ready to go on the EB. Got it all cleaned and painted and looking reasonably pretty. This colour is actually Holden Blue from the VHT range. Something different. Had a couple of cans kicking around and thought, well, I'll use them up. Got the oil drain sorted out. For reference for anyone out there, that fitting is actually a cheap eBay. It's like $8.90 or something delivered, and because it's got the slots in there, it actually works perfect for the factory drain position on the sump. That way you don't have to weld on bungs or anything like that. It's just quite literally drill the hole through and then drill your two M6 by 1, I think it was, hex head bolt threads into the side, and that's it, done. Like, comes with its seal, comes with the bolts. It's awesome. Works really good. Onto the turbo. Because of the way that I've had to clock the housing for my intercooler piping setup, I had to modify the mounting bracket for the wastegate. It's just a bit of angle. As you can see, it's pretty crap because it's been sitting around in dirt and that. Quite literally, I found the bit of angle sitting in the dirt, so I cut a bit off to extend it out and move it around. Yeah, the wastegate lines up really well. It's just a Wuhan spoolie boy. Oh shit! Everyone's gonna die. Came with the oil feed line and drain kit, and yeah, got to get a couple of fittings. Got to adapt that to the Barra oil pressure thread type, and then get another adapter to put the oil pressure switch in there. Put new iridiums in it. Gap to, I think I gapped them to 0.7 or 0.8. This thing, it's only going to be a low boost setup. Like, the wastegate on this thing's £8, and that's more than enough for what I plan on doing with this thing. Like, haven't even bothered doing oil pump gears or head studs or valves or anything like that. Valve springs, I should say, because it's only £8, and everything I've researched says that For what this thing's going to do, it will be fine. If I was going up around the 12 pound mark, then yes, valve springs would be necessary. Yeah, it's just a basic engine. If I get 350 horsepower out of it, I'll be very happy. It's not designed to, move the world and run bloody top fuel, 6-second quarter mile times. It's just a basic turbocharged, good power, good torque, make the old hunk of shit move in a really quick way. I've put new seals, new timing case, new sump, new front crank, new rear main, new exhaust, new intake. Another benefit of this setup is, factory cast iron Barra exhaust manifold. Don't have to cut and weld and all that sort of thing. Just bolt straight on. The other good thing is the factory Barra injectors will be alright for it. I've got a proper turbo map sensor in there. Waiting on the turbo fuel pressure read to show up. That's been ordered. It should have been here today, but oh well. Besides that, I've got to add injector harness into the main engine harness, because this being gas doesn't have the injectors. So that's going to be a couple of hours worth of mucking around and adding them in. I've actually got a petrol harness there, but it's the Suda ZF, and from what I've been told, it's going to be easier to put the injectors into this harness than to put the BTR gearbox harness into the other one. Besides that, got a few bits and pieces down there that I'm cleaning up, ready to go on it as well. And I've still got a bit of cleaning to do on this part of the block and get that painted. There's the coil cover and the crossover pipe thing. Looks pretty good, I reckon. And then, got the other barrow there. It's going to be going in the daily once I've got the sleeper done, so because I've got to pull the daily off the road for a few days to do the conversion. I'll need another car. So, I'll get Little Ratty done first, and then I'll pull the daily off the road and barrow swap that. Besides that, that's about it really. Just got to chase down a BA or an AU 2-pin alternator for it. And then pretty much slap it in. But that's not going to be for at least a couple of weeks at the moment. I've got a bit on that I've got to get out the way before I can get stuck back into this thing properly. I've got a Barra swapped Isuzu truck that I've got to get finished for the customer. They finally want it knocked out. They've come up with the extra funds to get it finished, so can get back into that. I've got a bit of panel work on a Transit I've got to finish off, get that out the way. So there's most probably a good 2.5 weeks work in all that. So this thing's not going to get slung in the bay until Oh, yeah, at a guess, 3 weeks from now, hopefully. See how I go for time and getting stuff done. But otherwise, yeah, all fun. In the meantime, that's the update on Little Ratty. Hope you're all keeping safe, having a good one. Yeah, stay positive. Catches.